we have another main meal recipe for you, and this is called Nutty Vegetable Pasta Sauce. It's a delicious recipe, easy to make, and a really good recipe to put vegetables in. Now, I know not all children enjoy eating vegetables, and maybe some adults don't either. And so it's good to have recipes where you can not hide them, but where you can include them where the actual flavors of the vegetables do not come out. You've got that beautiful overall flavor, which of course is tomato, because it's a pasta sauce that we're preparing for you today. So let's get started. Again, we will use medium heat just to start the vegetables, and we'll add a little bit of olive oil into the pan. You do not need a lot. If you need to cut down your fats desperately, you can just leave that out and put a little bit of water in if you want to. But just a couple of teaspoons of oil is all you need. And we'll add some onion. We'll just wait for that to warm up. I've just cut the onion in half and then into quarters, and then I've sliced it, but you can cut it however you like. So we'll put that in the pan. It's just getting warm. And then we have a selection of other vegetables that we're going to use. We have some zucchini, we've got some mushrooms, we've also got some red capsicum, and we have a vegetable protein product that again you may not be familiar with, and it's called nut meat. It's actually not a meat product, it's a vegetarian product. It's actually more like a savory nut loaf. It comes in a can, and you'll be able to purchase it in your health food section of your supermarket. You open both sides and the loaf comes through. You can then slice it and make it into nut cutlets. What I've done today, I've actually mashed it, and we're going to just stir that through the pasta sauce, which gives a lovely nutty flavor that I think really goes with the flavors that we've chosen to use. And so the onion is just starting to soften a little. I'm also using a pasta sauce that is a commercial one, but you can make your own, or you can use whichever sauce that you would like. And because there are already spices and garlic in this sauce, I haven't added the spices and the garlic here at this stage. But if you were to use your own sauce and you wanted to use your spices and garlic separately, well then you would just put the onion aside, as I'm just doing now, put your spices and garlic there and dry roast them for about 15 seconds, not 15 minutes, 15 seconds, and you will improve the flavor. And that is so of any dried spice or herb. Fresh ones you add at the end, and I am using fresh herbs in this recipe. So let's add the rest of the vegetables. We've got zucchini, and we have red capsicum, some mushrooms, as I said, and any of these can be left out. But what you will find, because of the tomato flavor, you don't really notice the actual flavor of the mushrooms or of the zucchini. It just all adopts a lovely savory flavor, and often that's a good way to include vegetables for those who find that vegetables are not their most favorite food. When we know how very important vegetables are, don't we? We really need to include them on a daily basis, vegetables. Look at colors and look at textures too. That just needs to be stirred just for a minute or so, and then we'll add the nut meat that's been mashed, and then we'll put the tomato sauce in, the tomato pasta sauce. Pasta has become very popular here in Australia. And it's a good meal. It's a very easy meal. And so there are different types of pastas available. I've used a veggeroni, which is a pasta that's been made with vegetable powders added to them, to the pasta. And so the green and the orange are actually a vegetable powder from carrots and also from spinach. Adds a little color, but also adds just a little bit of flavor as well. So we're going to serve this onto the pasta in just a little while. It's looking good already, isn't it? Lovely colors again, like we've said before, and good flavors. So we'll add the nut meat that we've mashed, And you may wonder what on earth this is made from, and I forgot to tell you. I showed you what the can looks like. It's made from roasted nuts and the protein of grains, which is called gluten. So again, if people have a gluten intolerance, you don't want to put that product in. You can use something else. If you just wanted to add nuts, you could sprinkle nuts over the top, or you could also add legumes. That's the dried beans and peas, and the one that would go particularly nice in this recipe is the red kidney bean. Make sure they're cooked before you put them in. And so we're adding a nutty flavor today to the pasta sauce, and so we're just going to mix that together. Now, we could have easily put everything in all at once, and that's the quick and easy way. And if you want to do that, that's fine. But you do get a little more flavor by just sauteing the vegetables first before you put your tomato pasta sauce in, which is what we're going to do now. So this is a 500 ml jar of pasta sauce. And just combine that sauce now together with the vegetables. You'll find that at this stage, if you're not used to making recipes like this, it looks very chunky, which it is, and it also looks a little dry. But let me assure you, this now needs to simmer for about 15 minutes. And you'll find that the natural moisture that's in vegetables will release, and it adds to the sauce texture of this whole recipe. Just to add a little bit more flavor, we're going to use some fresh basil. Basil is a wonderful herb. I really enjoy basil, and basil goes very nice with tomato. And so when you use fresh basil, you always add it at the end of cooking, not at the beginning, otherwise you kill it. And so dried herbs at the beginning, dry roasting, fresh herbs at the end. And so just sprinkle them across and just stir them through and allow that then to simmer for about 10 minutes or so. Or if you want the vegetables to be soft, you can actually soften them a little more. And so this really now needs to have the lid put on, which is what I'm going to do. Turn your fry pan on simmer, which is 120 on my fry pan, or number 3 if you've got numbers on your fry pan, and allow that to simmer now for about 10 minutes.